Hey everybody, how y'all are? Yeah, this is the first real, official, sort of, fishing report that's going to be done via video. And I have no idea how good this is going to be, and you're going to have to kind of bear with me. Today is Friday, July 1st, so happy 4th of July, because most probably this is probably going to hit either there or a little after. I hope everybody is having or had a good time. It's 8:48 in the morning. It's 78 degrees, and it's variable cloudiness, variable sun, whatever. It's really pretty. There's a nice little breeze that kind of blows the sweat off. And right now I'm looking to see if I can find the tide. Okay, the last low tide was at 12:14 a.m. and the next high tide is going to be 9:26 a.m. So right now we're fishing the end, well, close to the end of the incoming tide, and when it flips over we'll fish a little bit of the outgoing tide. I'm using all spinning gear today, and as we go along I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of information on what I'm using. Plus I got a shout out to a couple friends of mine who kind of helped me along over here. And let's go ahead and talk bait. Today I'm using bait out of the freezer, and what we're using is cut up shrimp, because the fish are probably going to be really small. And I'm also using cut up mullet. This mullet's kind of seen better days, I bet you, but we'll go and see what happens. The other camera that I'm using is the Dasnia P2 HD, and I'm trying something new. I'm using an auxiliary battery. Maybe we can get longer videos from that. And the other thing that I'm doing is, of course, we have our information center there, which is the phone. And of course, we are powered by the aardvark. Okay, so let's start out with what I'm using. I am using an old, wore out, I have no idea what brand name it is, rod. I'm using a Daiwa Accelera 3500 HA that was given to me by my friend and very good rod builder, Lee Smith, who had turned around and said, well, you know, just go ahead and use it for parts. And yeah, it's a part of my combo here. I have some 15-pound test monofilament on it. I think it's from Bass Pro Shop. It's tight line. Underneath it is some braid. I don't know what kind or what weight it is because it came with the reel. Maybe Lee can, if he sees this thing, he can comment in the comments below to let me know what's on it. And so far, it's casting pretty good. It's been a pretty good setup. So let's put some bait on and throw it back out again. Okay, this rod here is an old medium Shakespeare Excursion. It's probably upside down. And this is the first time I'm trying this reel. It is a Sea Knight Galaxy. This is a 3000 size, and it has the graphite spool on it. It also comes with a metallic spool. I had the 4000 size on the other rod. I'll show you that in the future. I'm using some Japanese 30-pound test line on that. And we got just kind of like a Carolina rig on it. Nothing all that spectacular. I'm doing pretty good feeding the crabs with those that shrimp. Let's see how good they like that mullet. Right now it's kind of search and destroy kind of thing. We're trying to find where everything is at and where the holes are and where they're traveling and everything like that. It's also being a transition time. It's going to be a little difficult. Alright, this is the other rod. Talk about a blast from the past. This is the most expensive rod I ever bought. It's upside down. Here, let me turn it around. It sucks when you're left-handed. This is the Bass Pro Shop Bionic Blade, and it's IM8 graphics. How long ago was that? Back then, they had a deal where you bought 2 of these and you got 1 free, so I bought 2 heavies. These are heavies. Spinning, and 1 medium heavy bait caster. And I think this is the only one I got left. It has a place in the back. I don't know if you can see it, where you can unscrew it and you can put weights in it to balance it out. I've never had to use the weights. And this is, the reel on it is the C, what is it, C9? Sea King Galaxy. This is a 4,000 reel. I figured I'd put a bigger reel on it. But I got 20 pound. This is Triposeidon braid. Been casting pretty good. Works good. I like the reel. It's a little dusty. Everything's dusty because I stole them in the workshop. And I'm using a longer here on down. Drop shot. Alright, well, the tides just changed because it's 9:48 now. And it changed at 9:26. That's 22 minutes ago according to the app. And by the looks of it, the next low tide is going to be in 15 hours from now. So that's kind of a long, slow tide. So I don't know how good fishing is going to be. But it's still a pretty nice day. It's not real super hot, although the sun is definitely putting in a position where I wish I had about a half pound of butter so I can keep getting basted. Rods are out. Tugboats are busy. Don't know if you can see that in the horizon. The clouds are pretty. You know, you can always tell when you ain't catching fish because you turn around and you're taking pictures of all the surrounding area. One of the things I wanted to show you, that this is one of my favorite spots. Even before they were building that deal, there was a little peninsula that ran across there, and somewhere, depending on the tide height, between where my rods are and about where that crane is, I don't know if you can see that crane real good, somewhere into there's a hole. And depending on how high the tide is and how the water's moving and stuff, is where you need to be inside that hole. And boy, I'll tell you what, you can tear the croakers up. You get outside that hole, next thing you know, you're catching catfish. Little ones. But still, you know, use little rods, it's kind of fun. So, that's the next little tidbit of information. Okay, so it's that time of the year. The gap top fry have hatched. And there he is. I actually ended up, he was hitting on it. I gave it a pull. And it's snagging him. So there we go. Come on back when you're about 100 times bigger. Sun went between this cloud, under this cloud. It got cool, and the wind picked up. I wouldn't be surprised if I don't get basted. Stay tuned. I'm bouncing. Oh, hardhead. Official. I caught a fish on every rod today. Croaker. Kind of little. That's okay. It's just as much fun to catch little fish as it is to catch big ones. We're going to have to get pretty pliers for this one. Surgery time. There it is. No worse for the wear. Yeah. All right, another one on the run. Baytown. Yeah, you're probably a little bit too little to be doing this. You know what? It's wishful thinking. That hardhead, he hurt. Oh, look at that. I had it. There he is. If I clamp him that way, it's a little bit easier to control. Easier to take the hook out. And you're seeing probably half of this. There he is. It's a very nice hardhead. Useless fish. Well, some people eat them. We don't. So he's going back. Did I ever talk about top water baits for shark? They're coming. Croaker are fun and lighter tackle. They're a blast with ultralight tackle. Come on. Hard to hook it in. I think I may have pulled a bigger hook. Let's see how bad this one is. Come on, let me do surgery on you. Oh, you ain't bad. Okay, there we go. These circle hooks, I don't know, hope you can see that. These circle hooks come from Academy. They call them sea circle or something like that. I mashed the barbs on, so that makes it a lot easier to get them out. But they're kind of funny. They work like a circle hook the way they catch because they got the barb in there, but they come out and are able to be, you know, to do releases and stuff like that, like a J hook does. It's really nice. I just reeled this rod in. Oh, the other one got 30-pound lead rounds. This one had 20 pounds. That smaller hook. I wanted to show you something. I had something pulling on it, and well, I lost the hook. And if you look at it, and the funny part was I checked this, did a finger rub on it, and I didn't notice it last time. Something had chewed through that. There, and there were both. That's both probably, they look like crab. So we're going to go ahead and put a 30 or 40-pound leader back on it and see what we can do. As a fisherman, you have to be able to read the signs and know when it's time to call it a day. A couple of signs that I had to read today was the fact that, one, I ran out of bait. Two, my aardvark mow is kind of empty. And three, I don't know if you can see that, but the weather says it's 90 degrees with the real feel of 110. In my book, that's telling me that the temperature is saying it's time to go home. Well, I'm going to make a quick stop over at the house of aardvark, and I'm going to get me a refill on my aardvark cup with some of that green Coca-Cola, and I'm going to head back to the house where it's nice and cool. After we cool off and dry out a little bit, we'll kind of like give a little synopsis of this little shindig that we had here today. And we'll kind of close this fishing report out. That looks like an unhappy face. Man, I finally get over here, make it through all this traffic and everything, and get to Buc-ee's. Of course, I'm going here for my green Coke. And who are they shoving into the back of a van? But the aardvark. His whole 6 foot 2 inches or with ears or whatever it is, furry body, and him. He's climbing into the place. Dang. I'd have been here about 5 minutes sooner. I'd have had him on video. Then I could have turned around and said that I actually met the aardvark. But you know what? One of these days. One of these days. Hey everybody. Hey everybody, how y'all are? Finally made it to someplace cool. Did I mention my truck doesn't have any AC in it? I think I'm going to have to think about putting some in it. Anyway, excuse me. I'm cooling off with some of that green Coca-Cola, and life is good. So let's kind of finish up this fishing report. I had a good day. It was fun. I think it was the longest I've been out. I won't do it only the second time, but I think I was out a little bit longer today. The fish were bigger. Seemed like there were a few more of them. I didn't realize that it was 114 degree heat index out there, but it seemed like it got to a certain point. About the time that the bait ran out, it was time to go home. So it timed out pretty good. I think I may have another trip or two left to bait. Then we're going to have to go looking for some. But it was a good time, and most probably in the next couple of weeks, it's going to get real hot and heavy action. The only problem is the fish are going to be about that long. They're going to go up about that long. And little hardheads. They'll probably be like that all along the, I want to say Gulf Coast, but that's not right. All along the Galveston Bay coastline, in back, in behind, like we are in the back bays and bayous, and they'll be a nuisance. But that's part of life. That's also part of where we live here in Baytown, and that makes it really, really cool, because this is where all the shrimp and all that stuff breed, and I'm pretty sure the drum do too, and they move back and forth and migrate. So you have good fish and bad fish, and big fish, little fish. Who cares? It's all fish. You're catching them. It's all good. So I hope everybody has a safe and happy 4th of July. Since I am doing this on the 1st of July, hopefully I'll get it out before then. If not, then I hope you had a nice 4th of July. And until next time, see ya.